You heard the latest?
Ooh, child, I knew that was true from the moment my auntie's friend's cousin sister told me.
The talk. Here's what's trending.
In my opinion, Think Different TV's LaShia.
What's up, everyone out there? This is LaShia, creator of Think Different TV, which airs Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Think Different TV's Player Pass game show, which airs Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Think Different TV YouTube channel. And this is In My Opinion with Think Different TV's LaShia. Let's get into it. After the love is gone, social media is the place to turn for Brian Mcknight. No more keeping it on the down low how he feels about his ex-wife and adult children. And baby, my jaw was on the floor after hearing what he had to say. Let's start back at 1 to bring people up to speed about the drama that showcased BM as a deadbeat D-Day. In 2019, Brian Mcknight took to social media to explain why he and his first 4 children, Brian Jr., Nico, Brianna, and Clyde, were estranged. His daughter sued him for defamation because he reported that she was in a relationship with her older cousin, and in his 2019 rant, he touched on the lawsuit, the settlement out of court, and why he would rather have a relationship with his stepchildren rather than his own children at this point. He and his wife Leilani married in 2017 and welcomed a baby boy in the world in 2018, which Brian Mcknight named Brian Jr., while already having a son named Brian Jr., stating that this new baby was his true legacy. He even went so far as to legally change his name to his son's name to drive his point home. Many said Brian Jr. should change his name, but Brian Jr. simply said what we were witnessing was a mental breakdown and that he will be waiting with open arms if ever his baby brother wants a relationship down the line. Now, why is Brian Mcknight the topic of discussion in the year of our Lord 2024? Well, in April, amidst the bad relationship between Brian Mcknight and his adult children, he decided to once again hop on social media and refer to them as the product of sin, in response to a comment on his page. Until he said this, not once did the Brian Mcknight drama ever cross my mind at any time. I was not aware of any of his children saying bad about him on the net, so this came out of left field. However, I am aware of Brian Mcknight referring to his stepdaughter like she is his only daughter, when he has a bio daughter, Brianna, saying things like, "I became a girl dad because of you," and showering her with gifts. Once again, his children are not surprised at his actions. Julie Mcknight, his ex-wife, instead took to social media to say that this was just Brian's way of digging like a rat to pull her out of her space of positivity. Their marriage, as Brian tells it, was carried out because it was the right thing to do at the time because Julie was pregnant with Brian Jr. To say he truly loved her was a stretch. They were married for 20 years, from 1993 to 2003, and while they were married, there was speculation of domestic violence on the part of Brian towards Julie and obvious infidelity because Brianna was conceived during an affair. Affairs were apparently the norm because Nico, who is now battling cancer, went on social media to call out his dad for having him cover up his affairs by disposing of used condoms when he was 15 years old. Brian's disowning of his adult children has many people on social media in an uproar. So much so, Detroit said, "Brian, don't even bother to come here." And as a result, the tour date there was canceled. Ricky Smiley commented on the matter, saying that he feels for the kids in the situation. He addressed them in a video saying that they have uncles there in Alabama to look out for them, that words hurt, and that once things are said, it's hard to unring that bell. Tyrese entered the chat to speak on Ricky Smiley speaking on Brian Mcknight. He said that it is not fair to act as if relationships between men and their adult children don't fall apart or get toxic. Kids can become very hostile and disrespectful, and even steal money from their parents. So who's to say Brian is wrong? In my opinion, first off, Ricky Smiley and Tyrese should just sit this one out, especially Tyrese. He needs to worry about his own mess. Now, I am a diehard Brian Mcknight fan and am extremely disappointed by his actions. There are some things I can get behind. Entitled children can be a problem if that's the case. Cutting the sons off his money at 22 and 25 is a way to show tough love, but you can't fail to prepare them for the world and throw them out the nest. I'm not sure what convos were had between him and his sons about the situation, but the aftermath should have been kept offline, as well as the issue with Brianna. If he doesn't have a relationship with his children and says it's mutual, that's fine. But he shouldn't take shots at his children via social media, showing more love to children who are not even biologically his. As much as Brian doesn't want to admit, his first 4 children do exist. They are real people with real feelings. Maybe he feels like because he had no say in the matter when it came to them being born, and as they got older they didn't fit into what he wanted them to be, he could disown them. The word abandoned being used to describe him leaving his adult kids alone is a little much. He's been on autopilot, emotionally detached from his kids from the start of their lives. It was easy for him to let them go. I think at this moment, resolve is not in sight yet. So everyone should go their separate ways until someone is mature enough to want to mend this broken relationship. And that was, in my opinion, with Think Different TV's LaShia. What's yours?